Hello. Okay. Why just immediately start with sending shit memes into my chat? Absolute pain. Welcome to session 34. I think it's session. Yeah, it's session 34. I forget what session it is every time. every time. So yep. Okay, we're back. Reese, my lovely. Can you give us a rundown of what happened last session?
Oh, okay. 1 second.
He's eating his beans.
Ruh-roh.
No, it's not
There we go.
beans.
It is beans. Every time you eat is beans. Doesn't matter what. You drink beans.
Is it like the whole? Is it? What's the person who turns everything to gold? But for me, it turns everything to beans.
Midas.
That's it. Yeah. Or just turn everything to beans. Right.
Combines.
Last time on What the Hecky just happened, we murdered a bunch of tree ants. One walked off the edge. There's some other things. Oh, we're trying to find. Oh, that's it. We're trying to find whoever got yeeted out the window. But that's literally all I remember. I just remember we're trying to get the thing from the ground, but we're in the tree house right now, trying to get to the ground, and we had a fight with tree ants, and that's what I remember. Have I missed anything? Probably some like important information.
Yeah. Yeah, you had combat last session, so you guys got involved with a bunch of tree abomination people creatures. You currently still have one left alive that is charmed, that isn't doing anything. It's just kind of stood between you. Yeah. you run down pretty much everything that happened. It was mostly combat last session. So, now we're back. What are you guys doing?
Oh, wait. One last thing. The ghosties said don't attack the tree ants. That I remember that. Apparently the ghosties were like, hey, stop attacking them. But it was too late. We kind of just killed most of them.
Kind of did anyway. Good.
So that's something. So I guess we need to speak to Mirrors about that. But yeah. Oh, and the orb. Something about the orb. Sorry, I have goldfish brain today. So I can't remember. But yeah, sorry. Right.
We gotta make our way down the tree
Yeah.
and put the Ent Man to bed.
Is that what you? I mean, what are you doing with this this tree person currently? They are just stood there.
They've been charmed by Brandy, I think.
I believe so.
So I reckon let them walk into the house, close the door, tuck them in.
Are we able to speak to them?
I think you tried to last session. It seems to
'Cause
understand you, but it can't talk back.
Yeah, it's like a plant monstrosity, I believe.
Yeah.
So, is it only Brandy that can control?
Brandy is holding the charm on them. Whether or not, like, I believe a charm is like you can influence what it does, but not like tell it to do something.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so that it's currently friendly with you, or at least neutral. It doesn't see you as a threat.
Okay. I reckon Asterion and Clay just need to move out the way for it, let it go in, and close the door behind him.
Alright. Wind's back.
Oh, that's it. Sorry. Win attacked Asterion. Again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's old.
Get your fucking dog, bitch. That time again.
You don't bite. Yes, I fucking do.
Okay.
So,
Hey,
Styrian, are you sort of shuffling out of the way for it, or?
I will be. It's just my my tablecloth that I we've got to open it up, and also it's to me out. So
It's because he's scoffing down his beans.
all the beans. All right, almost there. 1 second.
He's eating beans.
Beans almost completed.
No, not that.
Beans complete.
I'm not eating beans.
Are you sure about that?
Are you sure about that? 1 second. I'm here. I mean, you can just move me. You just yeet me off the edge or something. I don't know. Yeet. I don't know. This way. Boom.
Okay. So, Brandy, are you telling it to move inside? Are you kind of encouraging it to go in? Is anyone encouraging it to go in?
I will.
Push him in.
We don't have
Give her a
control over them.
You don't currently have control of it, no. It's more so that it's just, like, neutral towards you.
Yeah, but you're the. I mean, not to be racist, but like we do have a plant person in the group.
Oh, so I have to talk to it because I'm the plant. Okay.
Alright, I get it.
No, I see.
saying.
Right. Dressera will remember that.
Detect thoughts. Does anyone want... Like, Brandy is suggesting that you guys try detect thoughts on the tree.
I know that me and Estelar have it. I can do it.
I think Estelar
I'm
tried
scared
to
of going
in combat
nuts.
last time and was shown sort of the perspective of the tree, and that was about it.
I think that was with a ghost.
Was it a ghost?
That was with, like, the graves.
Oh, yeah. God, I can't remember, man. It was a while ago. My brain is mushy today. Okay,
We'll
well,
have to
you're
make a
welcome to
whiz
try
save.
and detect thoughts. Does it have disadvantage on saves because it's charmed? Or is it just charisma saves? It might just be charisma.
It's a whiz save, I believe. Yeah,
Well,
wisdom saving throw, but I'm not sure whether because it's friendly towards us. Whether it
It only rolled a 9, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
Because I don't know what we're doing, so.
Do you want to is it me?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay, I'll do it. Okay, I won't.
Oh,
like...
yeah, that's true. A deep probe might count as combat.
Okay.
So it will stop being charmed if you try and deep probe it. If you cast
I can detect thoughts up
without
below.
having to... Yeah, you can detect surface thoughts just automatically.
Yeah, I'll do that because I want to be able to understand what it's replying to if I tell it to go in the house.
Okay. So are you telling it first and then casting that? Or like
yeah.
simultaneously?
Sort of simultaneously. I want to know what it's thinking about all of us and then like how it feels about going in the house.
So, what are you saying?
How do I say this in a non-cringe way? But that's the big problem, isn't it? So, Dressera's gonna look up to it because I'm assuming. I mean, she's short as hell, so
It is significantly bigger than you.
we're not going to hurt you. We just want you to take a step into the house. We won't follow you. We'll let you go inside, and we'll leave you be. Is that okay?
It doesn't have what you would really class as a face, per se. It's got a gnarled section of bark that you could probably try and determine to be a face. And as you kind of do your best to make what you would assume to be eye contact, the thoughts you get back are less words and more feelings. And you don't feel like it is fighting against sort of the concept of moving anywhere. It seems more so that it kind of is giving you the idea that it's in pain.
Oh.
You just kind of get these like flashes of colour that are indicating enough to you that moving is not comfortable, but it wants to be somewhere safe. It wants to stop hurting.
We can help you move, if that's okay.
You don't quite get a response again, but it doesn't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be reacting negatively.
Okay. So this person, they would like to move somewhere safer, but they are in pain. I'm not sure whether the pain is related to the combat or whether this is a part of their condition. So we might need to help moving them. Oh damn! We should have had a walking stick, lads. Oh my god! No, that's so stupid. We give them like a really cool like wheelchair so they can roll around in the trees for the rest of the time.
Oh my god! They'll just roll off the edge of the tree because they don't have enough dexterity to turn. They will just keep going straight forward.
We'll give them like really cool crutches.
Oh my god!
Like sparkly ones.
Who is attempting to move the tree? Or at least, like, support it?
Sure. Well,
you two are already in the house, so if you're guiding it into the house, it makes sense that you are already there.
Alright, come on. Mr. Mrs.
Mux.
Mux? Muck tree?
What? I don't know what the fuck your name is. Why don't you just grab on and you'll sort of like try and like hold the equivalent of a human would be trying to hold under its armpit to like help lift it up a bit. But it's a tree, so it doesn't really have.
It's a bit too big in order to do that as well.
Not lift it up, but like if Xenos is on one side, we'll both do an armpit on either side.
Yeah. I need you both to roll a strength check, please.
I'll guidance myself.
Estelar, no, please. This is what you're literally meant for. I'm literally gonna call. Like, I'm not saying that you control the dice, but for
Just strength or athletics
please,
or anything.
God, please, God.
His face reads so much.
What did you get?
It's just a strength, right?
Yeah, just flat strength.
Okay. I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Okay, that's not the worst.
Oh wait, hang on. Hold on. Check. Hold on. I want to make
as
sure. I want to play. Yeah, this is not fair.
Not raging, so you
Nat
don't
one.
get it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right, John. I was like, wait a minute. I think I got like no. Yeah, I rolled a 10.
A 10. Okay, so we've got a 10 and an 8.
Strong tree.
Oh,
I don't
jeez.
have much to contribute today. I do have this for you lads before I cry from pain again.
Well, if you need to type anything, I can try and do Brandy's accent. It'll be terrible. But I'll make it work.
Tree. Okay.
This could be him.
But you playing. Okay. Alright, fine. Oh fuck, I clicked the wrong thing. Wait. Okay, whoops. So, you... the tree ant seems to kind of turn its weight around to face away from Dracera and move into the house. And as it moves, it sort of seems to be leaning its weight quite heavily on the two people either side of it. Neither of you are prepared for just how heavy a tree is. Like, it's not It's not that big. It can't be that heavy. Oh no. And as it puts its weight forward, Clay, your kind of knees begin to buckle because it's a little too much, and it kind of begins to fall forward.
Fuck.
Can I rush past and like hold it up on the other side?
I was gonna say I'll help if they need help.
All right, if you both want to roll strength saves, because you are directly behind it, so you can try.
How close is Brandy to me?
You're both next to each other.
Okay, so you get +3 on saves as well.
16 and...
I'm back. Oh my god, the glitchiness of this. 14, 15, 16, 17.
16 and 17, sweet. Okay, so you two kind of come up behind it as you watch Clay and Asterion struggling, not expecting to deal the full weight of a tree. And you manage to right it just before it starts to get past the point of like when it starts to topple too far. God damn it. I can't have this chat open and DM. I swear to fuck. I'm gonna have to hide the chat so I don't get distracted. Okay, so you're able to right it. The tree is no longer toppling, but you two are now like holding it up from the back. And it seems to want to continue to move forward because it peels its roots off of the floor. To kind of like they wrap around loose floorboards to kind of pull it forward, before retracting and pulling itself forward as if it's moving like legs either side of it.
Ooh.
I'd say it takes, with you two helping, it takes a little while of you struggling, but you are able to get it at least into the middle of the room.
Is it okay if we place you on the bed and then we'll leave you alone?
Are you casting Detect Thoughts again?
No, I'm just gonna hopefully assume that they understand what I'm saying. So that we're not just shoving them randomly and the street's like, yo, what the fuck? It's sort of like a, when you're about to touch someone on the shoulder and you go, is it okay to touch? That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a confirmation.
Yes. Very important to do in theatre. Amen.
You're met with like it's almost like a strange rumble, that what you would assume to be some kind of noise that it's making in confirmation to you. It doesn't seem to be reacting negatively. It just sort of seems to be waiting for your guidance.
Okay. Are we still all holding on?
Assumedly. If that's the case, all four of you, I need you to roll strength check, please.
I need to check how big this aura is. I don't know if it's...
Well, she'll be next to you, so...
Yeah. Well, at least Brandy will get it, I think. Hashtag, I'm not sure. +3.
I believe it's 10 feet, so Esterin will get it as well. Clay is just out of reach.
Yeah, that was 13 with the save.
Hold on. What would I get? Sorry?
So well, it's not a save, it's a check.
Oh shit, I'll redo that then.
It's fine. I'll say I rolled a 19 overall anyway.
19 from Asterion.
I got 12 on this one.
12 Clay.
13.
13 and a 7. Okay. Brandy's starting to struggle. It seems like initially she was taking quite a lot of the weight on Clay's side, for the fact that Clay was struggling so much beforehand. And it's heavy, it's taking its toll. But between the four of you, you're able to push it forward over to the bed. It doesn't seem like it's in a position to be able to lie down or anything like that. It just kind of stands there looking at the bed.
Oh. Oh. Bitch.
Oh, bitch.
I'd say Dracera's gonna like back away from it, knowing that it can hold its own weight now. At least if it wants to just stand still, it can do that. Do what you want to. And she's just gonna say, "We're gonna leave you in here now, and we're gonna close the door. You can do what you want from here on out. Is that okay?"
You don't get a response. It doesn't even turn kind of to face you. It just sort of is staring at the bed.
And I'm sorry this happened to you. I don't know whether whoever you were is still in there, but I hope we can find out at least what happened to your town.
The Ent sort of twists its torso around and looks at the body of its companion across the room from it. Kind of some of its branches rustle as it lifts what you would assume to be an arm. A few of the branches kind of scrape across the ceiling, but it seems to just sort of be holding an arm out towards the body. And it stays put. It just stays there, sort of not moving.
I bet they were together, a family or something. Oh god. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to repress it and wait for it to blow over.
Repress your emotions.
Oh, fuck. We did something bad, but we didn't know. I made one kill itself. Just so I was gonna like look at the rest of the group and kind of like nudge that we should leave. And just leave it to be sad by itself.
It was so happy making that off by itself.
It's like when your parents leave when you have an edgy teenager and you don't know what to do.
Just leave them to be sad on their
Oh my god. And then we can close the door.
So you close the door behind you. You can vaguely hear like the occasional rustle of leaves as it seems to shuffle around in the room. But that's it.
Right. So, we're still making our way down then?
Anyways,
Anyway,
That's for my therapist to deal with.
your therapist is your Fey dad.
He's gonna be like, get over yourself, bitch.
So, Estella, are you going to continue to lead the party to the lift?
Yeah, and I'm holding Maris's hand so it doesn't fall off.
Okie dokie, so we're going to have another order, marching order. So, who wants to go where?
I'd say, like, heaviest people at the back. No offense. By Darian. Just so if there's anything that is rickety, the lightest people will find out first, and not the heaviest people who then break the way after. So we'll know, kind of.
Come on, kids, hold hands as you go into the lift.
Do-do-do-do-do.
I should have like a section of the stream that just shows the fucking awful memes. Like I should just have like a meme section just so people can see what I'm cursed with on the regular.
Oh.
All right. So who's going where? You need to organise yourselves.
This seems pretty organised.
It's
Oh
going.
my God.
Other than, I assume the blind man isn't going up front. So who's going up front?
Blind man is going with Estelar, who is leading at the front.
And Estelar knows where they're going, so they're
I feel like
No.
putting the blind man in front, as funny as it would be, it's not the smartest move.
You can tell us
Brandy.
all the spooky ghosts who are telling.
No,
us how
Brandy
bad we
can
are.
just like crowd surf over the top of it. It's fine.
Brandy, you're so thick because you're like one of the tallest.
Yeah, she's
people
one
in
of the big
party.
people. That's why she's big.
You're smaller than Zach, though.
Yeah, Zach and Asterion are bigger than you.
Are you sure about that?
You're about the same size as Asterion. Right, so as you guys sort of start to head off, it's almost like a bit of an uncomfortable silence that follows that. But Zach is nudging Asterion, saying, "Oh, did you see my sick jump earlier?" Effectively, and he's just trying to make kind of lighter conversation to keep the party cheery. He's just like elbowing you. They're elbowing you, being like, "Oh, I almost died. That was pretty cool." Had a great time."
I think Esther would he wouldn't really say much. He would just be like nodding, like just this like awkward, like, "Yep, I saw you jump across.
Yep, I did it.
That was dangerous. It was dangerous. But you're still alive. That's what matters. You're still alive." But that's literally it.
Right, so as you guys kind of make your way toward where Estelar knows the lift to be, you see it's almost like a big pulley device, a large platform of wood held up by very thick kind of woven strings of rope wrapped around a pulley system. It's quite complex for this sort of like for as basic as its materials are. Most of it seems to be made out of wood, maybe aside from a couple of metal components. It seems relatively sturdy upon looking at it, other than, it may not take all of you, but I mean, surely it's like Estella's seen it take some pretty heavy stuff up from the surface, and going down will probably be slightly easier. Stepping onto it, there is a lever on either side. Seems like one is used as like a brake, and the other is used to kind of move the pulley forward either faster or control the acceleration more so than the other one, just to make sure like either side stays even as you're going up and down. Estella, you've never personally used it. You've been on it. You've never sort of piloted this thing before. You have a vague understanding of how it works. you guys need to split the party as to who is going to be managing the brake and who is going to be managing the accelerator.
What kind of check are we looking at?
What she said.
What was that, sorry?
What kind of check are we looking at on those levers?
It's looking like it's going to be either constitution or strength.
Play or offer to do one of them. Statistically speaking, play should be good at these things, but he also doesn't roll well, so he will all die.
I've got like decent strength and con, but I know that Brandy's pretty strong as well.
I mean,
and
law-wise, Brandy will volunteer in Clay's place, considering he couldn't pick up the tree. So
Doesn't have
probably
faith
don't
in
do
him
that, old
anymore.
man. Leave it to the youth.
The youths.
One old man.
All right.
Fuck off.
So you have Brandy. Brandy is she managing either the brake or the accelerator? You need three
Let's
on
go
either
brake.
side,
She's
effectively.
good at controlling stuff.
Okay.
Acceleration can be someone else.
Okay, so Brandy's on the brake, so we're gonna put Brandy there. Is Clay? Which side is Clay going on? Brake or accelerator?
Let's do brake.
Okay. Miris is not going to be able to provide assistance, so he will stand in the middle, unfortunately. Estelar, brake or accelerator?
Acceleration.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Dracera, brake or accelerator?
Break.
Brake. Right, so the other two of you are
This
on...
is just like the weird equivalent of top or bottom.
Zach will stand in the middle, and if one of you struggles, he will be able to move from one side or the other to help you. If something happens, they're kind of ready to go. Okay, so it takes some sort of struggling. It seems like the system is a little stuck. It's not been used in quite a long time, but Estelar, Karik, and Sterion are able to sort of clunk the lever back, and the pulley system begins to start. I need everyone to roll me a strength check, please.
Just straight strength.
Just
Straight strength, yep.
18.
Same.
3.
18.
3. Brandy?
15.
15. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so as soon as the acceleration starts, at least with the Sterion holding on, it doesn't seem to be getting out of control. It doesn't seem to be particularly in control either. You start to move faster than you were expecting to be moving. However, the three on the opposite side manage to keep it steady by holding on to the brake and kind of mediating the speed. You get about halfway down, and the whole lift suddenly clunks. There's a very loud kind of thump noise, and it begins to swing. I need everyone to roll me a dex check, please.
Fun.
Oh,
Dex
Oh.
save.
Save, please. Save.
Oh,
I'll
Save.
save. Hey.
Good, because I just...
Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
I got a
what happened
20.
to just the
Dex
RP
save.
session?
Oh yeah, dex save, anyone near me, you get a +3, baby.
Dude,
Is that everyone then, or
Everyone.
normal?
Everyone who, yeah, well, everyone is close enough to me.
No.
How far away
Oh,
is
is
it?
it 10 feet?
That's okay, I got dirty 20 anyway with that save. Fuck's sake, why is it not saying? Hang on. I'm sorry. What the fuck is it?
should be in your features and traits.
It's
Yeah,
10.
just trying to
It's
find
10
it.
feet.
That's
So,
what it normally
10
is.
feet.
Brandy and Estelar, I believe, would they? They would. Yeah. So everyone will be. Everyone will get that bonus. They're within 10 feet of you. Anyone roll below a 14.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Okay. So Brandy and Asterion, I'm assuming, with his reaction. All right.
Got them.
Yeah, I rolled a 11.
Okay. So
Is that with your +3?
Yep.
there is like as the platform begins to swing, Brandy's footing slips, and she begins to fall forward. Clay, you can try and make a dex save to grab her, or an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Or
I
acrobatics,
can.
yeah.
Please just sit
Zach
down with
is
me,
going
it'd
to
be
attempt to
funny.
grab Asterion. Zach rolled 15, so he's able to grab. They're able to grab hold of you before Asterion goes flying over the edge as well. Being tall has its downsides. Both the tall people eat shit.
It's not that, it's our classes, it's what we're made for. It's not being tall.
It's being tall. You two are able. Wait, did Clay? What did Clay roll?
23.
23. Okay, so you're able to grab hold of Brandy before she goes toppling, and Zach pulls Asterion effectively into a hug. I got you, big man. It's alright.
Oh. I've been saved.
However, that means that both Brandy and Asterion have let go of the levers.
Oh.
And as you do so, I need everyone left over to roll a strength check, please.
Everyone.
So, Dracera, Clay, Karek, and Estella.
Baby, a nat 20, 25 in total.
Yum, yum, yum.
Oh, wait, no, 25, 26, 28 in total.
It's not a save, it's just
It's not a
check.
save, it's just a check. 25.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. That is a joke.
Same roll, just different modifiers. Like,
For legal reasons, that's a joke. 16, 20.
16 for Clay.
19.
Straight.
What was that for Karek?
19.
19. And Estella?
2.
A 2.
Oh my god.
Estella, I don't think was expecting like the jolt, and also let go of the lever. They were able to stay up, but didn't really like they were out of self-preservation, kind of let go to grab onto something else. So Karek was left as the only one holding onto that side. However, forearms makes it up, so able to keep it steady. Clay and Dracera are able to hold down the brake to make sure that you don't go plummeting very, very quickly. You overall are able to stay steady.
What's wrong with building a fucking staircase?
We don't help here!
it's called innovation, Clay. People move forward, not backwards.
Yeah, but moving forward straight to the fucking ground at this rate.
Instead of arguing, can I please have help here? It's just tiny little fucking man.
Oh my god.
You know, I'm not actually saying this in character.
It's, to be fair, when it comes to arguing, it's hard to tell sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, I literally play a French or a fucking countrywoman.
That,
Country boy, I love you.
Fuck's sake. Okay. It does take you maybe a good couple more minutes of micromanaging the levers. But you're able to get to the ground without crashing and dying.
Cool.
And as you get down, you notice as you're descending, it gets progressively darker. The further away from the canopy, very thick high up canopy, it is getting pretty dark down on the surface. Looking up is just long sort of strips of trees, and then the round undersides of the tree houses above you. Looking around, this place is pretty bloody overgrown. It was once cultivated land. It seems like things used to be grown here, like cattle were kept here. However, it has since been reclaimed by the wild. The surface is heavily shaded, casting the party into dim light. Those without a light source or dark vision will have disadvantage on site-based checks down here.
Sorry, Maris.
Can I ask what happened because I got summoned?
It's dark, and this is it used to be fields, but now it's just loads of trees.
Wait, but did we get to the bottom? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I go in the dark, so that'll help.
Yeah, you do glow in the dark. So now you're here. You can attempt to roll survival to see if you can locate the area below Estela's house where the item would have been dropped.
No, we got on survival. -1. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Fuck it.
Let's go.
Well, I got a 1, so... 2 -1. I don't know shit.
Drosera, you're too distracted by the beauty of seeing nature reclaiming what once was its land. It's seeing sort of nature rehoming itself over civilization. It's kind of relaxing. It's kind of calming, comforting.
Nice.
Is anyone else rolling survival?
I got a 6.
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Okay.
God.
I'm in my natural environment.
Please, someone else roll.
I will
Oh, for fuck's sake, let me roll.
quietly whisper a prayer and
That
then
is
Get the
18.
ranger to do it.
18.
18.
There you go.
And Priest technically in his natural environment now, so he gets
It's favored terrain.
yeah, so he gets advantage on it. You can start with.
Survival. 16.
16 and Clay.
not as high as 18.
Okay. Brandy and Kari.
You got an 18. So it's the
Okay.
same.
Alright, so you... Brandy, Karik, and Clay. You're able to kind of quietly talk amongst yourselves while the other three are a bit distracted, it seems. Looking up and deducing where you had come from and where Estela's house was in relation to you. And you begin sort of trudging your way through the undergrowth down here. It does take sort of some... You have to chop your way through some of it. It is very, very thick. Some hidden fences that have been completely covered in vines and brush that you kind of have to either kick down or sort of push out of the way because they have rotted through. It seems like you're in the right area. You're looking up, you can see what you remember to be Estela's house. However, you can't see anything down here with those rolls. You can roll an investigation to see if you can look around now this area.
Okay, yeah, flash. Yeah, that's a 7.
You're not able to find anything.
Yeah. He's perceptive, he's not very good with investigation.
Wait, so we're investigating stuff?
You're investigating
Rather than
the area, to see if you can find the like whatever was dropped out of that window.
We're not in the Underdark room.
No, it's
Oh,
just dark.
Thick canopy of trees block sunlight, so it's surprisingly dark.
You're far down, and it's pretty dark on the surface.
Clay is going to. He's got like a short sword machete drawn, and he will cast light on it just so he can see. FYI.
Nice.
I can also offer my light as well.
Your
I can just
body.
stick my arms out and be like, Yum.
You're like a glow stick.
Yeah.
Just shake her around and snap her back.
Please don't shake me.
Snap her in two, and then she'll start glowing.
Oh my God. Stops glowing. Oh.
Reverse glow
Oh my
stick.
God.
If you snap her, she'll just die.
Oh my fucking God.
Isn't that all people?
Did you just
Is
say
that a
isn't
point?
that old people?
All people.
Oh my God.
If you snap them, they die. They stop glowing.
Chrissy, wake up.
That youth in their eyes stops glowing.
The light of life in their eyes. Oh dear. Anyone else rolling investigation?
I'm sure it's it, so I don't think there's any reason why Brandy would do that.
I mean,
Wait,
can
he's-
I investigate even though my survival?
Yeah, if you've been brought by the rest of the party, so you're in the right area. You just need to find where it is.
Okay. Let's see about my investigate. Okay, 0, so that's fine.
14.
Did I just get another nat 20?
Hey,
I just got a nat
Hey.
20.
You
2 in
cheeky
1
bastard.
session. How are we feeling, lads?
Fuck's sake. Okay, well, Dracera, it does kind of help that you are glowing. No.
Is that racism?
Yes.
Try it.
It does help that you're kind of, as you're stepping forward, the world around you in your immediate vicinity is lit up. You're kind of being the shortest as well. Like you are able to see things in the grass without having to sort of bend over and genuinely like sort of rummage around for it. And you're just kind of wandering around, pushing through the brushes until you step on something that cracks. And looking down, you see broken glass. It doesn't take long from there to kind of follow the patches of glass as they've been shattered from the window. And you're able to find it's a very heavy looking stone. Just looks like a sort of an average looking stone that somebody's picked up and maybe kept because it was sort of a nice colour or something like that. With a piece of paper wrapped around it. And to keep the paper on the stone, it is wrapped up with a thin piece of string that seems to look like some kind of amulet.
Oh. Oh. An amulet, you say?
Indeed.
Okay. Oh, God. I was going to call over, but now, because I know that people are watching us and shit, I might just say, like, shout out to the nearest person, like, I think I found it.
So I'm really dumb. What are we looking for?
We found it. It's basically a rock that's had a letter tied to it with an amulet.
Right. Okay.
Might call out to Estelar.
Okay. So you showing it to Estelar?
Yeah.
oh, cool, a rock.
Use your eyes, Estelar.
What a sharp thing you are.
Can I get the letter?
Yeah, you can undo the string and separate the amulet and the letter from the rock.
Okay.
The letter is written in Elven.
I'm going to pass the letter over to Estelar.
Reading time. Okay.
Also, Estelar, can I borrow your journal for a second?
Sure. Yeah, take it.
Yeah. Do you have a pen with it?
Chocolate.
Charcoal. That's fine. And Dressara's going to start writing something in Estella's journal
Okay.
and doing a little doodle. Can I message this to
Yeah,
Selena?
send it to Selena and DMs.
Great.
Estella, you as you kind of uncrumple the paper, there's a couple of holes in it. It seems to have struggled to survive on the forest floor. It's a bit rotted, but the writing is familiar. And there's only 2 sentences written in the center of the paper, and it reads, "May they never find you. May you pass unnoticed."
Oh. Okay, I can message this to Dressera.
You can tell Dressera that, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to translate it to them.
Okay, so Dressera, you are
Thank
told.
you for the doodle.
You're welcome.
You are told that the paper reads, "May they never find you. May you pass unnoticed."
Interesting. Is message a spell?
Message is a spell, yeah, it's a cantrip.
It's a cantrip. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Dressara's gonna look at the amulet.
Okay. It's a small kind of oval shape with a sigil in it. It looks like it's made of some kind of like amber or something along those lines. It's sort of an orange gem. You have no idea what it means nor what it does.
Estella, send message if you know what this is.
They're sending a message, and I don't think they do. No.
Dressara's gonna see where Karik is and sort of like do a hand gesture of like, come over here, do you know what this is? You're the one who told me about an amulet.
Can you come over and have a look?
No, it's like nothing you've seen before either.
Kenny looks between the amulet and Dressera. No, sick. No, I don't really know anything about this one. It was my own amulet I told you about beforehand.
Can we try and tell what the sigil says?
I mean, if you want to attempt, like, what languages do you read, actually?
What language?
Yeah.
Elvish?
Only Elvish?
Halfling, Orc, Sylvan, and Karik's language as well.
Sylvan.
Yeah, Sylvan.
It is none of those languages. It doesn't seem to be a word or a language per se. It seems to be like a sigil. But you don't recognize it. You've never seen this. From what you can assume, based on the fact that the letter was quite clearly written by your father, it belonged to him, but you're not sure.
Is
I
it
wanna-
anything similar to the Harbinger's symbol?
No.
I want to keep it, but I don't want to sell it to last.
You can't let you have it, or else you have to give it to Laz.
I'll put a picture of what the amulet looks like in chat.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. Eyeball.
Eyeball. I was like, oh, I have detect magic, and bless you, I have detect magic, but that's my other character. Every time I have a spell that'd be really useful, it's always my other character.
I will say if any player can use Identify as a spell, that may be useful.
Mate.
None of us bring Identify. What kind of fucking spell? It's Josh that does that. And if Josh doesn't have it, with that?
Yeah, I'm not playing a spellcaster.
Yeah, exactly. So
You bitch.
I'm not playing a dedicated spellcaster, so I get a pass. So this is on Selena.
Well,
I didn't take it in my random utility spells that I sometimes take to annoy Toby.
Actually, just see invisibility.
Your fucking god, anger.
Okay. I guess we'll bring over the symbol to everyone else as well, to see if they recognize it.
I will say now as a group, you can roll an Arcana if you want to try and figure out what it does.
Yeah.
But you will not be able to identify it specifically.
Might as well.
Yeah, it's a 3.
oh my god.
Karika goes, pretty stone.
Yeah, I got a 3. Pretty stone.
Stella goes, eyeball.
Wait, what are we rolling?
Arcana.
If you want to roll an Arcana to see if you can figure out what it does.
Okay.
I got a 6, so I say orange.
I've got a nat 1 -1, so I got a 0.
It's not even it's just stone. It's not even a.
It's just a stone.
Yeah. You don't actually see this a necklace at all.
So,
Yeah, it's just wow, that is orange.
Oh, my mum placed down my dinner and now I don't
Yes,
know where
ma'am.
my fucking dice is. I'm gonna shit and cry.
Did you see my cool
My life
jump?
is
You
so
nearly
hard.
died. Sterion looks so pissed. Okay, so I assume Clay's not rolling. Oh, Clay's giving Brandy advantage.
Oh, thanks. I'll take it. Fuck it. Teamwork. Yeah, I rolled a 2 on that, so no.
Okay. Alright, so
Was that worth your advantage?
Brandy's the only one who is able to kind of discern something about the amulet.
Something.
I mean, you've not seen this specific thing before. Though, based on the paper, so on the note that was left with it, you can assume maybe it's either something to do with invisibility, maybe it's something to do with non-detection. You are not entirely sure, but it seems to be something that makes you like less visible.
We already have a cloak of invisibility, but okay. Well, she'll just relate that she thinks it's some sort of warding against being seen, like invisibility. Something along those lines, but she is not familiar, so she's taking a stab.
can I put it on?
You can do, yeah, if you want to put it on.
I don't want to keep it. Because I don't want to sell it, but I just want to put it on to see if it does anything.
Okay. Are you sure?
Now, no. What if it cuts off your thing from Laz and then you get screwed?
I don't know.
And he'll be like, "Where the fuck is my little puppet?" Now, and then we get cursed.
That would be kind of funny.
Oh my
Would it
god.
now?
Oh
Like, we
my
don't have enough
god.
problems.
Estelar's just here to
To be
make
fair,
you
we're
know
at the
what?
point now where the whole
problems.
party is just, where almost the whole party is
I
just
reckon,
a
I
problem.
reckon, you know, the person who probably has the most hit points, we'll give it to Asterion. See what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
He's already dying anyway.
You signed up for this role, yeah.
You guys are so mean to him. Okay. Asterion, do you want to put the amulet on?
Don't say no.
Sure, whatever. Let's go.
Okay.
Whatever.
It's fine. I've got something to
It's
trade
fine.
off with you.
It's fine. I see.
I've got something to
Player.
trade off with you, so to make it
Uh-huh.
work for your
Sure. Yeah.
So you slip it over your head, and nothing seems to happen.
Sarah just looks very confused.
You have bowel
Wait.
cancer now.
Whoa!
Diagnosing him with fucking prostate cancer. You can't do that.
Guys! Jesus Christ!
It can't get any worse, man.
Not gonna lie, that was kind of funny.
You look so done. I love it.
You say nothing changes with Asterion. Is our visual sight or anything to do with Asterion, like looking at him? different?
Looking at him, no, nothing visibly seems to change about him.
I'm gonna do a divine sense and see if he comes up, because he's undead, right?
Yeah.
So technically, if it wards against being sensed, it should not come up. So yeah, I'm gonna do a divine sense.
Divine sense is technically divination, right? In terms
that's a
of,
good
It's divine and divinity and
assumedly.
divination.
All right,
Okay, guys.
Okay.
So it's based on class. It's based on the school of magic. And what
Yeah.
we can ascertain.
As you cast divine sense, you can't feel Asterion at all.
Interesting. This would be really bad for vampires to get a hold of. Okay.
I'm keeping this now.
Brandy's just gonna look back to the rest of the group and go, I can't sense him anymore. He ain't there, according to my magic.
Is he a ghost?
He ain't a ghost, because we can see him visually, and we ain't mirrors. So, it just disguises his, aura? Presence?
It's useful.
Nice. I want to keep this. Goodbye, everybody.
No, actually, can I test something on you, Asterion?
Yes, sure.
You forget Brandy's not sadish. She's not going to punch you. Can you give me the necklace, please?
Sure. He just takes up again and hands it over.
Yeah. Okay, you have it now.
You said previously that you can sense for people with, I don't know what you use. Don't know whether you have little hairy fibers or something. But you sense for things in the air and for people around you. If one of us puts this on, could you see if you can sense and feel us?
He will nod. And yeah, he will nod in acceptance.
She'll put it on because she doesn't want to risk anyone else just in case.
Okay. You put it on. Staren, are you using your vampiric sense?
Yes.
Okay. You can still feel Brandy.
Oh, okay, Sterling will just point out that he can still sense your presence.
Right. Let's just work on, or maybe what? Do you know what powers your sense? Is it magic or is it just natural?
It's natural, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's a
It's
natural
natural.
ability.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe it's just divination stuff, like you can't be seen from it?
I think it's more just magic. You can't be detected by magic. In general. Maybe like, would Brandy know about scrying spells and stuff? Is she smart enough for that?
Do you think Brandy would know? Do you think, has Brandy studied magic in depth in any way?
She studied like what she would study, if you get what I mean. She wouldn't study outside of her normal. So if it's a spell she could learn, probably, but
You've
probably
probably
wouldn't go
read
outside
about
that.
it very, very briefly then. Like, passed over it whilst looking at other things that sparked your interest more.
Okay. She'll go. I've heard of a spell before that you can see people through magic means. This might be to protect against that. But then again, it's just one necklace, so it wouldn't do all of us good. But if people are after the kid, maybe we could put it on them.
So it protects against scrying, did you say?
I think more sensing through magical means rather than just that spell.
Hmm. I don't know what I was going to say.
I mean, the previous session anyway, fuck me, Dracera said that she'd speak to Brandy outside about why she was so stressed.
Yeah.
So Brandy will probably pick that up with you.
Yeah. Well, hang on. I've done a little drawing in Estela's book. Do you want to see it?
Time for drawing. I'm sure it's beautiful.
I want to see it. Zach's
Okay,
like
I'll show you in a
pointing
minute,
at
Zach.
you.
But it's a really good drawing. I'll show it to you. Hang on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, but Gabby sent me a meme before this, and the first thing I saw.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Ginger quality means letting her hover ominously above the abandoned Arby's.
It's about time she also gets to do it.
Let me actually read what she put. Oh, that's such a lovely drawing that you've drawn.
You don't sound
Thank
very
you.
genuine.
Do you not think it's good?
I'm just appreciating it in all its glory.
Wow.
I told you this woman can't lie for shit. And she's sending like really wide-eyed looks towards Asterion and Clay and everyone else who hasn't seen the drawing. Like, you should really see this drawing. It's a doozy. It's a real doozy.
So we'll come over and have a look at the drawing. It's the.
I'm gonna send this to everyone now. Hang on.
Leave porn. Don't worry about it.
Have you done it?
Okay. So, are you handing it out to the rest of the party? Assumedly.
I'm gonna presume that's a yes.
Yeah, I'll assume that's a yes. So
Yes.
each one of you takes the book to appreciate Dracera's drawing. However, Dracera, do you want to read out what the page says?
What?
So to the party out of character, do you want to read to them what it says?
Oh yeah, because that would make it easier. Because I was gonna be all
Yeah.
sus about it, and then you were like, send me
Also,
it.
we are on a stream, and people
Oh,
need to
yeah.
know what it
Yeah.
says.
No, they can never know.
No.
So I didn't do well. I did a little doodle, but I said, "Don't react to this message. Someone is watching us through scrying. Be careful what you say and pass this message to others subtly. Don't let them know we know." Followed by a little doodle of Estelar.
I'm drawing that doodle.
Zach just like, that was a really good drawing, though.
Thank you. Really put my heart into it.
Yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
Zach, okay, I don't mean to demean you in any way, but can you read? Or,
I don't need to be demeaning!
Basically, Brandy thinks that he's not read the message and has just literally just looked at the drawing and she's like, is it because you can't read?
I will let you roll an insight to see whether or not you think
Whether
like
he can
he's
read.
acting.
Mm.
Because he might be
Okay.
putting it on.
He might put on the same vibes as Clay. And if he does, we know he can't read.
I can fucking read.
Fuck off, you read fucking Dr. Zeus Cat in the Hat. Okay, that's a 14.
He rolled a 15 deception. You can't tell if this is some kind of act, in that he is going along with what the message says, or if he genuinely cannot read it.
Oh my
Great.
god!
He kind of looks very worriedly to Sarah and goes, I think he's more of an artist than a poet, if you get what I mean.
Maybe he just didn't get the message of the image. And she like gestures to Estella like, ooh.
No, I could tell it's Estelar, yeah.
Alright, Zach.
It's a lot more poetic than that.
I can.
I've done an interpretation of the drawing.
I can read. That is a beautiful drawing.
Do you want me to help?
You're back.
You
Yeah.
can.
If you
Okay,
convey
you
the
can read.
message
Okay.
of the image, it would be great, Estella.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's no shame in not being able to read. I know some like really old elves that can't read.
No, it's fine, it's fine. Okay.
I can read.
Okay, it's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna presume all is well in the noggin.
It's a bit
Okay.
rude. It's a bit rude that you think I can't read.
I didn't mean it as a misdemeanor by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted to make sure because I know some people my age that can't read back at the orphanage. I was just making sure.
No, I can read. Yeah.
Okay.
I just really like the
Good.
drawing.
Yeah, I got that. Hmm.
Wait, I love that.
Wait, what?
I've put the drawing on stream so people can see it.
Oh no! Oh, memes are for the fucking initiated.
They need to know the context of how amazing
They need to.
this
Yeah,
drawing
this
really
drawing
is.
is beautiful, and everyone needs to see it.
Oh, okay. Looks like a dead
Mm.
spider, but okay. Looks like when you squish a spider. Okay.
You Curry can't read. Karik looks at it, sees words, sees the drawing, goes, nice drawing, and hands it over.
No, Karikas did that, no, because he's told them many a time he can't read already, so he's looking at it and looking at everyone else like,
I'm sorry, to be fair, Brandy doesn't know that.
fair.
It's the rest
He's
of the
looking at
party.
everyone else that he knows he's told. It's kind of like,
Okay.
I can't
Okay,
read.
we got it straight that everyone can read. That's good. So everyone understood
the undershadowing of the picture, right?
Gracious then.
Karuk,
Right?
I can message to you. Don't freak out, but someone's watching us.
Hmm.
Casually freaks out.
Like, his face does, like, his expression doesn't change because he doesn't really have that many muscles in his little spider carapace face. But instead, you just kind of see, like, all 6 eyes looking at Estelar, like.
You just hear a series of sudden, like, very faint clicks come from him.
It's just like, oh no.
I don't know what that means. I'm afraid to ask.
Miras kind of puts his hand up and he's like, I'm sorry.
Oh my
Oh
god.
right, yeah, you can't read for different reasons, right?
Estella, could you explain to me what the drawing is of?
Okay, it's a very, very nice drawing of me. I very much like it. But don't freak out, but someone's watching us.
Just shove it at the end.
And Miras is just kind of staring into space and doesn't say anything for a few moments before he's like, that sounds like a good drawing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good enthusiasm, I like it.
He's clearly, like, he's also clearly not very good at lying.
Oh, sick! One of the bad liars club.
So he's like, okay, alright.
Maybe.
Hi.
Hi. Howdy.
Howdy.
When Asterion used his vampiric sense, did anything else pop up, or was it just the normal, like usual, like just the party? That's it.
I'll say it's 30 feet, right?
Yes.
So no, it was
Okay.
just the party.
Duh.
Okay.
But didn't Brandy do Divine Sense at 60 feet?
I did a divine. Is there anything?
Not within
lucky?
60 feet, no.
Okay, that's just a really suspicious way to put it. And I
Yeah,
don't know why
that's
you put it
really
like that.
fucking sus, dude.
Well, if
Okay,
you're
so with
sus,
120
roll.
feet.
Now, look, if you're sus, roll me a perception.
Roll perception.
Fine, I will. Fuck you, I will.
Oh.
20.
I rolled a 14.
14 at 20. Is anyone else rolling perception?
Let me do it for fun.
Very well.
I'll give it a
Never
go,
mind.
but it's -1. Oh, 17.
Okay.
Cool. An 11.
An 11. I'll get Zach to roll as well. Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Do I get advantage or disadvantage in this?
It is currently dark, so it is a standard roll. Welcome. We're in danger. No. Okay. Anyone who rolled over a 16. Looking around you, across the kind of where it would have been fields that have been overgrown, you can see dotted over is trees similar to the ones that you saw that you just had a rather nasty encounter with within the town of Wreath. A couple of them are moving very, very slowly.
The trees?
Yes. Kind of wandering
In the
around.
wind?
No.
Oh.
Bimbling. They're bimbling.
In both?
It seems that the party hasn't disturbed any of them. None of them seem to be moving towards you in any way. They just seem to be kind of meandering through the brush of their own accord. if anyone rolled over a 19, did anyone roll over 19?
I got a 20.
20.
Yeah, I think
Not-
Sam did, yeah.
Not particularly far from where you are. Brandy, you notice the tree that Dracera ever so kindly asked to fall off of the branch up above.
Oh, sick.
Right.
It is
A
splintered
revenge plot.
and in pieces. And on its side, and there is a surprising amount of what looks like either some kind of black red ichor.
Ica.
Like you'd assume it to be blood from this distance.
Nice.
All over the floor in that area. The tree seems to have been splintered at least in two. But from this distance you can't see masses of details.
Okay. I'm gonna put this in a way to not upset anyone in particular. Because I know we have some leafy brethren in our midst. The tree that fell off, and she'll put it in quotation marks, is bleeding on the ground.
Okay. That's what's staring.
I mean, from what I know of trees don't bleed.
In fact, wasn't this just a wonder? Didn't we spot this the last session when we were fighting the trees?
I mean, I'll speak to them about the one like when we first
The ones
encountered
before
them.
it was black blood. This is, you said red blood?
It's like black red, like it is decayed blood.
Sick. Love that.
It's like kind of the colour blood goes when it's like stained on something. Kind of way, you mean?
It's more when it like coagulates, isn't it?
Yeah.
And there's some feisty little trees in the distance that I don't think we should go towards. The silence is really encouraging. I'm
Asterian's just thinking. He's trying to put his one brain cell to use, and it's not working. He's kind of curious, wondering why because in his brain he's like, well, the trees that we dealt with now on a couple of occasions, they weren't moving until we disturbed them. So he's thinking, he's wondering what may have disturbed these trees down here that are walking around.
I don't think they were disturbed. They're just walking about. They're just going for their little walks. I don't know if that's what they normally do, but they seem content.
Okay, 1 second. Brain words. Alright, he's okay. So he'll sort of explain, like, from the experience that the party had before this one, where they're in the other town. None of them were moving. And then these ones here were they weren't moving, were they, until we got close and I guess made some noise. So
unless something has disturbed them. It seems unlikely that anything would disturb them in the tree tops. There's a higher likelihood of things disturbing them down on the surface.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, it's not you who's disturbed them, it's something else.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just some wildlife running around.
Maybe.
Wildlife.
I mean, how far away are we from the town that you guys were at?
Quite far.
Maybe about 3 weeks travel. Mirrors will say from where you currently are is about 3 weeks travel.
So it's just in case, would it be a good idea for us to move away from here for now?
Yeah, I think so. I just wanted to ask Mirrors if he'd do me the honor of seeing if there's any people around here. Any people we can't see.
He seems somewhat reluctant to comply, but there's also nothing to stop him from doing it. He kind of does it automatically.
Do the skill, Mirrors.
Do the thing. Do the
Say the
wall.
line, Mirrors. He kind of looks around and points in the direction of the tree corpse that had fallen from above. There's someone stood over there.
Let's go talk to them.
Oh god.
I don't
Oh
think
god.
we should go. I mean, if it's the person that was in the tree, I don't think that's a good idea because I think they'll be quite angry at us. I reckon we get out of here with what we have.
Looking over back towards the kind of corpse of the tree, that's the direction the other trees are walking around, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it is probably best we don't go over, otherwise we might have to fight especially if it might have been the tree falling out or landing that might have disturbed them. I mean, that is quite a fall. It would have been quite an impact.
Okay, guys, I've got an idea.
Share with the group.
Okay, alright. The idea is that we find somewhere to camp and we come back tomorrow when they've all buggered off somewhere.
I also have an idea.
What's your idea?
I mean, just in case, we can use the amulet as well. He'll turn to Estelar, asking if they still have the invisibility cloak.
Yeah, I do.
We
Yeah.
could send someone over there to have a look, sort of have just a scout, wear the amulet and also wear the cloak and see what they're doing.
It's a shout.
I would also take the necklace just in case.
That's
Put
what
it on.
that's what Darren is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who
So
is
take the
going to go
necklace.
over them?
Who's the sneakiest?
I mean,
Say Clay.
really,
Yeah.
statistically, he's really sneaky.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thanks
I'm
for
sneaky too.
volunteering.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Like, you want me to go over there?
No, I'll do it.
No, I mean,
I can do
more
it.
what I mean is, what we'll do after go there is what is more meaning.
Could you repeat the part where you said everything?
He's asking what he'd do, or what we'd be planning to do once you went over there, is what he's asking.
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Mirrors will interject
Thank
and
you.
say if Clay's the one going over there, surely he can put that person to rest.
Yes, right, we're trying to... Yeah, okay, sorry, yes, if there's some poor fuck who got... who's still kicking around and haunting this forest, then maybe I can speak to Enton, and I don't fucking know, maybe they can give him some kind of passing or shit like that.
Mirrors will offer to go with you. Like, he's not the stealthiest, but at least then you would have some way to communicate with that person.
You ran back. And when I get closer, you can tell me what you see.
He
Do we need?
nods.
All right. Let's see if we can find out what we can do to help this poor cunt.
Before we do that, we're going to go on a break.
Really?
I'm going to take a quick break, get drinks, go piss, do what you need to do. We'll be back in like 15 minutes, maybe. See you in a bit, guys.
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be?
combat trademark.
Whoa.
Doing a wee stealth mission with Clay and Miris off to go and see what's up with this body before finding yourself somewhere to hunker down for the night. So I apologise for any background noise on my part because I have the fan on, because otherwise I will melt.
Same.
Mood.
Okay, so Clay, are you putting on the
Not distracted by
cloak
markiplier.
of invisibility?
Can 2 people fit under that?
I'd say because you aren't
Depends how small you are.
super
Shut up.
big, 2 average-sized humans could sit under it.
Why
You're
is
really
Toby
quiet.
fading away?
Yeah, just Toby's
quiet.
walking away. Just walking
I'm
away.
sorry. I was having to move the fan so it'd get less background noise.
You like
been
descending
abducted
into
by the
darkness,
trees.
man.
Yeah, you could get 2 average-sized humans.
Yeah.
So Miris and Clay could both huddle under it,
Yeah,
essentially.
it'd be a stretch, but you'd be able to do it.
Alright then.
He wouldn't be able to wear the necklace.
Can you not wear it
one of
under
you
the...
Wear
wear
it.
it.
No, but only one person can wear a necklace.
Yeah, I feel like this kind of defeats the
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
Getting
stealth.
close.
Tiny
You
little
will
neck.
have to wear it. You don't technically have to wear it around the neck. You just wrap it around the wrists together and like hold hands.
No.
Clay is gay, confirmed.
What?
For fuck's sake. Okay. Right.
I'm sure. I don't follow, but okay.
Clay, roll me a stealth check at advantage, please.
I will ask for guidance from God. Because
God
I
says
need
no.
it. You're not God.
I am.
Okay.
So that is a combined total of 32.
Miris rolled a 16. The 2 of you are hidden. The rest of the party watch as Miris and Clay vanish from sight, as they both get underneath, huddled up next to each other quite closely under the blanket, and begin to kind of make their way slowly. Miris is holding on to Clay's sort of upper arm, and Clay is very slowly guiding him through the brush to make sure that no one trips over or anything like that, and you remain undetected. Clay, I need you to roll me a Constitution save, please.
Clay will whisper to Win, keep an eye on Miris.
Don't attack him. He has the HP of a snail.
I mean, if Clay's busy talking to dead cunts, then Win can look after Miris, because Miris can actually see Win. You know how it goes.
Oh, yeah.
Constitution save or check?
Save.
That's a 7.
Oh dear. Okay. So as you get closer, the first thing you are hit by is the smell. It is vile. It is the smell of a rotting body, and that body has been rotting for quite some time. You are not able to keep it together, and you feel bile in the back of your throat, like the burning, horrible kind of sensation. Miris is barely holding it together, but he manages to not vomit. You, however, have a harder time with that. You
I
spit out
suppose.
the last thing that you ate. Yeah, it's rather
Wonderful.
unpleasant.
Well, Clay, given that he does work with bodies, he will pull out a handkerchief and the strong smelling salts that he normally uses.
Yeah.
I think that he used to do, but, you know.
Sadia.
Well, was predate Sadia.
Like, Stadia is the be all end all.
I did this like the first or second session.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it was
I can't
like,
remember.
it was the
Oh, they
second
call
session.
it the Vic rub, isn't it? I was going to call it Viagra, but they put like Vic.
What, like vapor rub?
Spread under their nose to stop the smell of corpses.
I mean,
Yeah, Vicks. It's Vicks vapor rub. Just
Yeah, not Viagra,
under,
sorry.
under your
not-
nose. Viagra under your nose.
Dick rub.
No.
I mean,
Don't snort it.
it's why plague doctors have the pointy beaky mask. They put stuff at the end of the mask.
Because of my asthma.
Yes.
Smelling salts.
Yes,
makes you
Clay
not
would-
Is it
die.
bad air?
Yes, whatever. The point is, Clay has that. And put it on. I'm not-
You're gonna snuff smelling salts. Are you giving any to Mirrors?
Fuck that guy. No, yes, he'll give some to
Just
Mirrors.
call him fat guy.
Rude.
So rude.
He'll just have to like get a piece of cloth and then just be like, "This will smell bad, but it's a different bad, so just hold it to your face."
He does so. He kind of coughs a few times as it is very, very strong, but he adjusts to it. It's better than corpse smell. Looking at the body as you stand next to it now, and the absolute mess that's been left behind from Dracera's deed of asking them ever so kindly to walk off of a 300-foot drop. They are very much in pieces. This person is practically mush, or whatever was left of this person within the confines of the tree. You can roll an investigation to see if you can see anything on the body, because this person is still clothed from what you can tell. It seems as though like there's strips of clothing still on whatever's left of the corpse. You can see half of what you would assume to be a rotted face, sort of staring up at nothing. And Miris is looking to your right.
Are they there, Mirrors?
I don't think she's particularly happy.
No, I probably wouldn't be. You don't normally plummet to your death and consider that a good day. Clay will, as usual, his little prayer to Untum and try and investigate the body, or what's left of the body.
Okay. More on investigation.
He rolled a place.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Bless you. Bless you.
Nice.
Heart attack, oh my god.
That was eventful. He rolled a 6. Yeah, this
Okay.
is Clay. It's a dead body.
Okay, yeah. You're looking at it. There's not an awful lot you can discern from entrails. Everything is so caked in decaying black blood that you can't really tell what is body and what is item, if there was anything on this person. I'll say you see maybe a very tarnished bracelet
Honest.
that's wrapped around what looks like bone and strips of what could have been muscle at one point, with a little crest on it. It's absolutely caked in this black liquid. And that's all you're able to kind of discern on this person.
He'll take the little amulet thing, wipe it down best he can, and just try to commit to memory what it looks like. He'll ask Estelar about it later.
Are you going to take it, or are you leaving it on the person?
He'll leave it on the body. It's not grave robbing. Isn't really his cup of tea.
Fair dues.
But he'll basically try to commit to memory what it looks like. so we can ask Estelar later.
Mm.
I mean, Clay doesn't really investigate bodies; he just buries them. So I guess I'll get to work on that. Funerary pyre seems a bad idea, so I guess ditch burial makes sense. You'll ask Miris, is she doing anything? Does she want to say anything?
Miris relays to you that she is currently stood looking at her corpse, just kind of observing herself, as if not quite aware that it's her, and saying that it was sudden, it was quick. At least it stopped hurting. She doesn't seem to quite know what to make of it. She seems more sort of upset that it's such a mess than the fact that it's happened at all.
Yeah. It's a shit end of the stick.
But in some regards, it's a bit of a blessing compared to what she was apparently living through, if anything.
Is she able to see Clay? He'll ask.
She can see you.
I will follow Miris's eye line, figure out where she is, and then speaking to the space or state that he's gonna. He'll say his name's Clay. I'm gonna put you to rest at long last.
She seems happy to know that a cleric is doing her effectively her funeral rites. You're relayed that she was elven, so you provide the appropriate lines for as you go ahead to begin sort of the burial in whatever sense you can get sort of her cleaned up, though there isn't an awful lot that you can do about the mess.
Yeah, it's more like when you drop your dinner on the floor, you just kind of scoop it into a pile to be, yeah, he'll do what he can, but it's
only
more
so
just
much you can do with that.
collecting the goop and putting it in a pile, and then, renew the face of this planet, gather to yourself. Miris, what's she called?
He kind of asks her quietly. It takes a few moments to get a response. Jean.
Gather to yourself, Jean, whom many have loved, and grant them these things, which eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart imagined. Watch over each other this day and all days. Give us the strength to accept what is past, to appreciate what is present, and to look forward to good in our future. Grant them peace, sacred moments of communion with the universe, and faith in whatever most expresses our deepest inner truth. Bless us and heal one another. Breathe peace and grace into those left behind.
He just kind of pats you on the shoulder. Despite what you might think, you do good work. You're helping people.
Just not those who are close to me.
Won't be long.
He'll nod and bring invisibility cloak so it covers them both, and they can make their way back quietly.
So the two suddenly appear in front of the party again as they take the cloak off, and you're all back together. If you want to roll a survival to see if you can find somewhere safe to hunker down for the night and set up a camp, you are welcome to.
I'm gonna leave that to the professionals that aren't me.
16.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it to them.
Yeah, this would be pointless for me to even say what I got.
Got a 5.
I rolled a 10 overall.
I got a 9 plus 7.
Zach rolled
Wouldn't
15,
it?
so Zach will help Karith find somewhere for you guys to set up a camp. That's away far enough that you're not going to be disturbing any of the quote-unquote locals, and remain safe over the course of the night. It's already starting to dim, and the fact that the surface is so dark already, it gets significantly darker, surprisingly fast. You are able to find enough stuff to put together a fire, though you do have to be quite careful as to where you light it, because there is a lot of dry leaves and things that could catch. But with a little preparation, you're able to set up tents and get yourselves settled for the evening.
Yay!
Why?
Are we safe?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, that's the question I was wanting to ask.
Well,
It's like, are we?
if you want to have, if you want to go on watch, you can take turns taking a watch for the evening. If you want to go hunting, you can also do that. If you want to have conversations with other players, you're also welcome to do that.
Yeah, I think.
Some conversations to be having.
Okay. Very briefly. Yeah, very briefly then. Karith, help. Asterion, get some food, please, before he turns into.
Help an old man find a blood bank, would you?
I'm stupid. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you go hunt for food. I'm looking for something.
Okay, both of you roll survival.
That's an 18.
I rolled 11. These are like physical rolls as well, and it.
With Karith's help, you're able to find a meal, of which you drain out and are able to feed from, and then Karith is able to salvage the meal from. However, you are aware, you know, that Dracera is a vegetarian. So, with a little extra work, Karith is able to find some sort of root veggies between the brush, dig them up with his little clawy little hands. And he comes back, the two of you come back with enough to feed the party for one evening.
Keith will get out his cooking utensils and get to work.
He's gonna make stew.
I think
I'll
I'm
just
going
eat
to
my
try
root.
something slightly different.
Should I just eat my root
Perhaps.
veggies on my own?
The rare, like a raw root.
No, I can still
The
cook.
cave
I
carrot.
can still cook. I was going to make sautéed, something sautéed with the meat fried on side.
Ooh, look at you.
Cute. That's cute.
So whilst you're busy cooking, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Dracera's
Well-
gonna question Zachary probably.
As to why you can't read.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just like, dude, what's your deal, man? Like,
Bro, are you okay?
yeah.
Do you ever know what's happening?
Hey, little
Yeah.
leaf bro.
What?
Leaf bro. That's your name now.
Okay.
Doing a Jesus. He's giving his followers names.
Oh god, fuck's sake. So, what were you doing before you found what was his name? Other blind person. What was his name?
Verve.
Verve.
Vervatine. There we go.
Palpatine, is he Palpatine now?
That's his name. His name's Vervatine.
Oh, I was right. Okay.
Oh my god, he is?
His name is
Is that
Vervatine.
Palpatine?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Zach.
Oh,
Zach
no.
grins. I was an assassin.
I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, that's where we come from.
Where who comes from?
Well, that's where Clay used to work, and that's where I work now, and that's where Verve works.
Oh. So, is it like a contract, you just kill whoever, whatever kind of deal?
It's a bunch of very angry rich people, who usually want other very angry rich people dead. It's not always killing people. Sometimes it's like guarding and making sure that people don't get assassinated. You know, it's just kind of odd jobs. It's more like mercenary work, I guess.
And do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I'm good at it.
Like your weird, well, not weird, but you know, your beast thing. What is that?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I just managed to start doing it one day, and then my mom was like, "You should go You should go sign up for the fellowship because they need big, strong people, and I'm big and strong."
I mean, that's a fair enough thing to say, really. And so you would just protect Verve now?
I'm his it's like traveling guard. So while he was on the road, they needed someone that could keep him safe, so they sent me.
And I take it once, he is quote unquote safe, you'll go back to the Brotherhood then?
Probably, yeah. I quite like it here though. It's a change of pace. Vinhold's a bit small. Not an awful lot happens. Usually I get sent out to the warring places in he kind of thinks for a while. I think it's called Sihonos. Yeah, there's a war happening there at the moment, so I go there quite a bit.
I have no idea. What's the war over?
It's like territory, I think. It's like a gang wars.
Oh. That sounds pretty bad.
There's a lot of big people in power thinking they have more power than they do.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
But don't worry, that's what I'm there for. I'll make sure those big people die.
I'm sure you'll do great.
I'm proper good at my job.
I don't doubt it. And I hope I never have to find that out.
I mean, you see me fight and kind of slaps you on the shoulder. Slaps you a little too hard. So you kind of go like jolting forward. Oh, sorry. I forget you're really small.
And most people don't forget I'm quite small. I can change shape though, but not taller than you.
That would be funny.
Probably pretty cool.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask him?
Where's your hometown?
I'm from Vinhold.
Vinhold.
You can roll me history to see if you know where Vinhold is.
Oh, please. Please. 10.
You recognise the name, so that to you indicates it's not far from the Whisperfields, but you don't know where.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
So me and Clay are from Vinhold, and Verve's from Vinhold. All of us live there because that's where the Fellowship is.
Well, Clay being from there makes sense. Oh, God.
I don't know what that means.
It's nothing, don't worry. Me neither.
What?
I think that's all I want to question him on for now.
Okay. Anyone else?
I'll let other people go first.
Oh.
Does anyone else want to have other conversations with either NPCs or players?
No.
Talk to the
If no one,
depressed one.
if no one else
Oh.
does, go on then.
This it's not torn to. No, it's more me thinking to myself. Sorry. More can Asterion go somewhere private and quickly check if the warp has like moved from his like neck down to his arms and stuff like that. He just wants to have a quick sort of check.
To his back.
Yeah, you're welcome to check.
Okay. Do I need to roll investigation or anything like that, or can he just
Roll.
look?
Let's go with perception.
Ooh! 1 second.
Oh my
Do
God.
I get any advantage or disadvantage or anything? It's
No,
just
it's just
a
straight
normal. Oh yeah, because he gets advantage on hearing, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So that is a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. So, are you like taking your shirt off? I assume.
Yeah. He would just basically just take off like his shirt, and just sort of look at like his chest, his arms,
So
and
you
stuff like
find
that.
one of the redwoods kind of get behind. It's so fucking massive that you can quite easily shade yourself from the rest of the party. Kind of shuffle behind the log and take your shirt off and kind of inspect yourself over. It has moved, like it has spread.
Yeah.
So you can like running your hand across your neck. You can now sort of feel it. There's like a very slight dent over the patterns. And looking at yourself, you can see it kind of across your collarbone, slightly down your pec, on your right side, and it's maybe a couple of patterns across your shoulder.
Okay. Alright.
It's definitely worse than it was, but it is not out of control.
Alright. Okay. Just rather sort of keep tabs on this. Alright, thank you.
Okay.
He would just
Pop
put
your
his
shirt back on.
shirt back on and walk to the camp again.
Inconspicuous. Looked like you went to go take a piss, so it's fine.
Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm done. Sorry.
Anyone else?
Sam, do you want to ask a
mean-
thing?
The person I want to talk to is currently dead, so.
Oh, no.
I'll have to save it for someone else. God damn it, Josh! It's fine. It's just I can direct it towards the whole party.
Make it
I
a
can
group
direct it.
discussion.
Yeah. Okay. Well, gather everyone.
Okay.
Gather
Okay.
everyone. Everyone, get in the circle.
Circle time.
Okay. Yeah.
Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya.
Zach's gonna cross his legs and kind of look at you like, where are my orange slices type?
I like the flowers. I like the daffodils.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
It's just the faint sound of like creatures chopping veg and shit right behind them.
Okay, so Annie's just gonna sit down, in front of. I guess we have a fire. I'm presuming we have a fire. And kind of, she hasn't undressed in any way. She's still wearing her armor, even though it's been quite a few. How long will we have set up? It's been a while, let's say. And she's still fully dressed, even with like gloves on and stuff, as she warms her hands by the fire. She'll kind of look around and go, "We haven't had much time to talk to each other, but I thought I'd bring up a point that I've been meaning to ask y'all, that I'm kind of concerned about."
What are you concerned about?
And that is.
Shortly, ghosts.
They are quite concerning.
Yeah, they are very concerning, and that's why I wanted to sit you all down, and talk to y'all about it, because ghosts are not a good thing, and when ghosts come about, it usually means that they want some sort of revenge, and the fact that there's so many ghosts following us really concerns me.
Did
Brandy, roll me a perception.
Am I gonna get attacked by a ghost? Ghost racism in the house.
Phasmophobia.
Oh.
You've just started phasmophobia in the woods. Happy fucking day.
13.
You guys,
13. Okay. For a few seconds, you notice, like, the best way I can describe it is Miris's acting sus.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
oh my god.
So he kind of looks in your direction, then looks at the floor again and pouts.
Right, so it's more him being like, "Am I the problem?" rather than him being like, "I'm hiding a very big secret." That I'm not
Yeah, it's
telling
more
you."
either like he thinks that he's an issue, or he's like, after what I've seen following you, you have the gall to say.
Oh, you're gonna pull that fucking card on me, you bitch. Okay. So she's gonna kind of look back at Miris like, "I don't know what you're implying.
Not that you can
Stop
see.
staring at me."
You can't even see that you're looking back.
He's like, I don't give a shit. I can't see shit.
and she just goes, "I don't know whether you've heard any ghost stories, and I don't mean ghost stories as in, ooh, the kids are scared. I mean proper ghost stories about ghosts that have actually happened."
You don't need just stories. We're fucking living in them.
But that's why I wanted to bring this up, okay? Because if you look at the arc of story events that happen when you're followed by ghosts, it usually doesn't end well.
Well, I think we will probably have ghosts following us in some sort of way.
What's-
Nods.
Fuck off, little man.
Theron will sort of like, because he's a dumbass, and he doesn't apparently doesn't see any danger in this. Is it what's the issue with ghosts? Like, isn't it just the same as, you know, vampires, but that you just can't see them?
You
They're
see,
undead, right?
honey, you see, vampires are made purposefully. You know, you bite someone, I'm supposing. You got bitten. I know, in some sort of hormonal rage or something. And you got turned into a vampire.
She's just on her period.
Theron will just like sort of like
Don't worry, guys. Damascus
raise.
was just on his period. Like, don't worry.
Just
Theron will
wanted
sort
some
of
more bitches.
Theron will sort of raise his eyebrow like, "Ah, thank you for telling me how He doesn't say it. He just
No,
looks like
she's looking to you like, is that how it's done? Like, I'm guessing you were bitten.
He I don't know if he explained before, but basically he would then go into detail saying that actually, like, it depends which, like, actually it depends which sort of vampire you are. But no, he would like sort of be kind and stuff. Like, he's just sort of like just explaining, like, there's the pure blood vampires, there's the half blood vampires, and then there's the thralls, which is who Hysterion is. And he would say, like, for me, I was turned, but only by a pure blood.
Right.
And stuff
But
like
you
that.
were. How were you turned? Just with a bite, right?
It was just a bite, right?
Yeah,
I can't remember. It was just bitten.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just a bite. Yeah. He would not.
Okay. Whereas ghosts, I don't know how you know how ghosts are made, bar dying.
In his brain, he's like, so what's the difference? Like, there's still, like, someone is, essentially, like, they had to kill the person to turn the vampire. So in his brain, he's like, isn't it the same way as ghosts? Then you just kill them and they turn into a ghost.
No, you see. Okay. Right. From what I know of ghosts, and I will admit, I only started researching very, very recently. But vampires, they get bitten, you die, you come back to life. Ghosts, they should just pass on because gods exist, right? So they should just pass on to the gods, to whatever ether or whatever the afterlife. I can attest because I haven't died yet.
Yeah, welcome to We're Getting to Know the Party, man.
And I shut up. Shut the fuck up.
You're the one that said it.
Yeah, I know I said it. I know what I say. I know words. Anyway,
and usually they should just pass on, but if they don't, it's usually because they have stuff they want to do or they have reasons to stay. Like, I don't know whether you've ever heard the story of Luann.
You shake his head. No, I don't.
and she'll look around to the rest of the party and go,
Any of y'all heard of Luann?
I don't know who the fuck Loran is.
I don't know her. I don't want to know her.
I don't give a shit.
Was that Toby?
Zach shakes his head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you the story of Luann. We're sat around the campfire, the campfire.
Ghost fire.
Are we going to talk about ghosts? Okay? So there was a woman called Luann, right? She was a nice woman around my kind of area. She had a really nice accent too. But every single night, she would set the table. She would make dinner for her husband, only for him to come home and, let's say, not treat her so nicely. And all she could think to herself every single day is why don't you leave, Luann? Like, he's not good for you. You should leave. You could go outside, march down into the town and find someone new, find someone who treats you better. But no, she was loyal. Loyal Luann always stayed. Ever since her husband got laid off, kind of lost his mind a bit. He was never a nice person, but now he's just cruel. He beats her and he never tells anyone how he treats her. Because according to the Bible, it can't get worse. This life is what you're given, and you're meant to look after it. You're meant to be thankful. And she knows if she leaves, he'll come after her, and he'll come after her hard. But one night, when there's howling in the wind, after loads of months of such horrid conditions, Luann gets to thinking, and whilst he's sleeping in his bed, she plucks the kitchen cleaver and she heads down towards the roped up lab retriever. She cuts the rope and she starts to shout, "Your dog's got out!" And with that chance, she runs out the door towards the bog, screaming and screaming her head off. She does her best to swim through the bog, through the leeches, praying to the preacher above, and it takes all night for her to get across. It takes all her energy too. And as she reaches the bank, she's crawling and she's getting tangled in the weeds. But as she looks up, she sees the face of the man before her she was running from. And this time, he ain't gonna hold back. And so he settles the score that they've been keeping for so long. And she feels this yank on her hair as he drags her back to the house. A few hours later, the man lies in bed alone. He's half sad his wife is dead, because she drowned herself in the swamp while despaired. And he thinks he used to love her, but now not anymore. And no one seems to care that Luann's gone. No one grieves. No one even knows bar him. And he doesn't have the empathy to care. But as he sleeps through the night, his mattress isn't any colder than it used to be when she slept beside him. In fact, it's hellish hot, and the air is humid and steaming, and his body starts to shiver as from the bog, through a fiery fog, dead Luann starts pacing toward him. He's terrified, but he keeps the courage he has inside of him, and he starts screaming at her, "Leave, Luann. Hell sent you back here for more, because no one ever loved you." But Luann said to him, "I've come to settle a score." And she shows him that her feet are bound in chains. And loyal Luann remains. In the night, every night, she comes to haunt him, making him scream like she used to in her head. And now she cries and wails, so any of the bastards that do the same thing will never sleep again. She brings their souls down to hell as a caution to the cruelest of men, because God loves Luann. But you see what I'm saying? Like, ghosts come for a reason. And I don't want to presume anything, but I really need to kind of know why we're being pursued by ghosts. Because if it's a reason similar to Luann, I'm afraid it messes with my morals.
Is there a ghost following you?
Is there a ghost following me? I mean, Maris has told me there's one. But then again, I don't know whether it was just about at the time.
Mirror shakes his head.
A ghost is following me too.
What kind of ghost follows you?
I was in the presence of him when he died. And it was a long time ago, so he must have been following me this whole time.
Were you responsible for his death?
No. But I saw him die.
What happened?
He was nearing the end of his life anyway. But I think it might be some sort of vengeance thing.
Vengeance upon you, or for you to do something to help?
I think he's far past helping now. I guess this is just something. He's attached to my sword, I think. So either I destroy it or I get it cleansed somehow, but this has probably been going on for a really long time. And I think all of us have our own ghosts following us. And we can try and do our best to get rid of them. But for now, it's just the way it is.
I know that, but when ghosts start acting out and attacking people in the party, I don't think that's the same as ghosts just passively following.
Well, she's not a normal ghost if that's who you mean. And we're trying to let her move on.
This is what I'm saying. Ghosts happen because they have reasons that they're not allowed to pass. They have reasons that they need to fulfill or something that's binding them to the earth. But ones that viciously attack, it's usually because they're very angry because of something that's happened. And I don't know whether your ritual will work if this reason hasn't been resolved.
Clay's like, you can sort of tell it's to him. It feels like a loaded, aimed thing. So he's just watching closely to see what else Brandy says.
Yeah, she's being very direct. She's not like you can tell by how you've been around her before. She doesn't lie, and she can't lie. She just gets straight into what she needs to say. But she kind of looks to Asterion. I mean, you've been attacked by her before, have you not? And I nearly got attacked when I first met you.
Yeah, I've been attacked a couple of times. He sort of just stares like without not being sort of aggression, but he just stares at Clay when saying it. He doesn't mean any sort of aggression. He just stares at him.
I'm just saying that if we get to a point where it gets worse than that, I don't know what we're gonna do. Because I don't think it's as easy as just praying anymore.
Clay, how did she come back the way she is now?
Came back after she died. She got.
But how did she come back so strong?
Some of the past few years have been me trying to figure out that question myself. Brandy, you say like there's unfinished business.
Yeah, unfinished business or unresolved conflict with a person.
Well, Wynn resolved her conflict, as far as I would have thought. She came back with a vengeance after the job went south, found the cunt behind all that, and then, well, there wasn't much left of him by the time she was done. It was just that she didn't stop. After she killed him, she found his associates. And then she found people who were only kind of related. And then it just didn't matter who it was.
Do you think it's misguided? Do you think her anger lies somewhere else?
It could be, but then where?
She kind of looks pointedly at you.
What, you're saying she's angry at me?
I'm not presuming anything, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of things, and I don't know your relationship, but I'd appreciate getting to know.
I don't think she's. I mean, I'm fucking. I'd be lying if I said I didn't fucking hate myself sometimes, but I don't. I don't think she's angry at me, no more than, no more than she has a right to. He's sort of looking to Maris as well to see if he can get Wynn's side of the story at all. Like,
as you look at him, he seems to be talking to someone very quietly, just sort of head tilted to one side. And he looks back more in your direction as he hears your voice turn towards him. She's not angry at you, if that helps. Honestly, I don't think she's angry at all anymore. I wouldn't call it anger. She's scared.
Scared?
She's protective.
Maybe she's just protecting you.
I tried to.
Maybe she's waiting for someone else that can do her job. Maybe she knows if she leaves you alone that you'll fall apart, perhaps.
I don't see what's that's got to do with anything. I mean,
People care about each other. You care about her, obviously. Would you not do the same in her position? If you were given a chance to help the person who looked after you, you were given that power, would you not help them?
Of course I would. I'd fucking hell on earth for them.
Well, I think that's what she might be doing then. And she probably still thinks that she needs to help you.
She doesn't. She struggles to tell who's who when she's out. It's why It's why I often try and keep her in the thing for her good, for other people's good. I don't fucking know.
Sorry, Saren would butt in and he would ask, I've been meaning to ask about that. Why can't they differentiate between allies and enemies?
Wynn has mentioned briefly about that, hasn't she?
Yeah. The longer she's been in there, the harder it gets to determine who's who if she is not entirely sort of attached to them. So the reason she can always discern Clay is because it's Clay. But she can't always tell that the people around Clay are going to keep Clay safe. So she considers everyone an enemy.
Oh, the misery.
Until she can be proven that the party or someone around Clay is going to keep Clay safe on her behalf, she will refuse to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now she's scared of what happened to her happening to Clay.
Yeah. Which is, what we think. Is there anyone like that in your life, Clay? Do you have a partner or something?
Not really. It's just walls. Wynn's the only one I've ever really held close. It's just acquaintances otherwise, usually.
Do you not trust this party as much as you would trust Wynn in the fight?
I trust you lot with my life. We've been through, what, it's been more than a year now.
It's been a while, and we've been through a lot. I feel like more than any normal, I guess, being would be put through.
Yeah. It's not, I mean, I trust you a lot, but fucking, with Two Hell and High Water, we've done a lot, but I'm not as close to you as I was Win.
Well, how can we change that? Because if you want Win to move on, it seems like you yourself need to find replacements. Otherwise, she won't go. And then the ritual sounds dangerous anyway. You want to have a better chance.
I don't fucking know. Verve said I was an unlikable fuck.
I just say you're not unlikable. I just think you swear a lot.
That's got nothing to do with being unlikable fuck.
I'll say at this
I
point,
mean,
there's a
yeah,
slight
Verve was fucking honest.
I'll say at this point, there's a slight interruption. Is okay. From next to the fire, there comes like a few old tings and clangs. As if anyone looks over, you just see Creed kind of serving up the kind of portions he's made into everyone's mess kits before kind of walking around and starting to hand them out.
Got munchies.
See, you've got people that care for you. I just think you're maybe a bit afraid to let them in because of what happened to the last person.
Clay, I'll say that as Brandy mentioned the concept of replacements, you're sort of hit with the reminder of what you remember Wynne saying to you in the tower.
Yeah, there's...
Are they good replacements? And you said to her, nothing can replace you.
Yep, I remember that. There's no replacing Win. Not even
But in that
Stellar's.
regard, how will you ever move on?
Fuck.
Dang.
If nothing can replace her, she'll never leave.
I was trying to do it for her. Didn't want her to feel alone.
Mirrors
Feel
kind
like-
of turns to you. The whole time she's been in that soul trap, she's not been alone. Because even when she says it's dark, you're still there. But trying to explain to someone in the plane of spirits that when they pass on, they still won't be alone is something they tend not to grasp. It's almost the mortal condition to believe that when you're gone, it's only ever going to be you, but going somewhere else doesn't mean it will be just you. There will be other people on the other side.
Well, you're saying that she won't be alone.
I very much doubt she will be alone. You're an adopted parent, right?
Yeah, she didn't know her real ones, really. Too young.
They'll be there.
They won't be fucking good to her, will they?
I mean, Clay, there's been children that have passed in the orphanage that are just as good as I'm sure your daughter was, and I'm sure they'll be there too. I don't think anyone will ever be alone in death. There'll be us that remembers them, and there'll be those on the other side that will welcome them.
Is there anyone... He's talking to Mirrors.
Hmm.
Is there anyone Wynn knows on that side?
He kind of asks her. She hasn't seen it, so she doesn't know.
Or is she still stuck in fucking limbo?
She needs to find other people on the other side, like you found us. When she's in there, she can only hear you. And I think maybe it's time to let her find the people waiting for her.
I think first and foremost, we need to prove to her that she is going to be safe. Like, you're going to be safe here with us.
That would be good. If she could find some kind of rest, that would be good.
But we'll only do the ritual when you're ready.
When you know for certain.
Who fucking knows? I don't know what's best for her. I just keep her around. Get this ritual done. What, sooner the fucking better, you think?
You'll have to wait for the ingredients to be made.
Yeah, I fucking know that.
Downside of that is we don't know how long that will take.
No, I don't think there's a rush. I don't think we should rush it anyway. Because if you're not ready, I don't think it will succeed.
Who fucking says I'm not ready? Just if this is best for Win, this is what we do.
Look, I'm not at all questioning your bravery or your manlyhood or whatever you want to call it, your pride, but do you genuinely believe in good health, good mind, that if you were to say goodbye to her, you wouldn't have any regrets, you wouldn't have any doubts with this party, you wouldn't have any sense of worry not having her here? You'd be dead set, dead certain?
I'd be worried on her behalf. I wouldn't know what's going on with her out of sight.
But isn't that the charm of death sometimes, not knowing, looking forward to it? Be welcomed by others, by your God, by whatever may be. It's an adventure, is it not? Death?
That
It's a
is.
cycle, is it not?
That's one fucking way of putting it.
It's the one thing that none of us have ever done, and your daughter gets to do it first. Isn't that?
First to die. Fucking wonderful.
No, first to venture to places that we haven't been, that even her father hasn't been. She gets to be the waymaker. She gets to go first, and when you're ready, you'll get to join her. Either way, it has to be better than worrying constantly about you. Seeing you nearly die to whatever comes at us. As you said, out of sight, out of mind. Those worries will be gone for her too.
He's gonna ponder on what Randy has said with glistening eyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. A chance to forge your own path.
Kid's gotta leave the nest sometime.
They do indeed. Fuck. He's probably holding back tears. But
Chris is gonna very awkwardly like move a hand, but he misses a few times as he's trying to find your shoulder. Just kind of waves his hand through the air before sort of like tapping a few times on your shoulder and like giving you a squeeze.
yeah, he'll appreciate that.
Don't mean to well, in some regards it might give you a bit of a break, but I don't think we've discussed with the rest of the party the contents of that letter.
Oh, what letter?
The one we found in Estela's house.
Right. Of course.
Because, well, the information in that is quite concerning as well. And I'd say that's rather a pressing matter.
Where's this letter then?
Does Estella have it? Or did Brandy or Clay keep hold of it? I can't remember.
We gave it back to Estelar.
We gave it to
Oh,
Estella.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's Stella's letter. I'm not going to keep hold of it.
Yeah.
Shit me.
Yeah. They're gonna bring out the letter. And sorry.
I'll put a copy of the letter in references, so if you want to read it, you can. Oh, or apparently 2 copies of it because I can't type. Zach will read it, pointedly read it, looking over at Brandy.
Look, okay, I just himbos.
I can read.
Can I flag up mirrors?
Alright. You have to tap him because he won't see you trying to flag him.
Is anyone sat next to him that can kind of nudge him?
Clay.
Okay. I'll get up because Clay's having a moment. I'll get up and just tap mirrors. I think I put him through enough agony tonight.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi. I have some questions.
By your tone, I assume you'd like to speak somewhere else.
Yeah.
Kind of holds a hand out to you as if asking for your assistance getting up.
Andy, being a thick bitch, will be like, okay, I'll carry him.
Oh no.
And she's just gonna go for like a. She won't go for a fireman carry. That seems really rude. So she'll go for like a princess carry.
Like a bridal carry.
Yeah.
The rest of the party just hear Mirrors make this awful squeak as he is lifted off the floor and into Brandy's arms. He's like clinging onto your armor.
It's okay, little man. I'm strong.
I'm not, Clay. Clay.
So I can't help you now, motherfucker. Stop.
Just go with Brandy.
Get shot.
Okay. He's gonna just
No
kind of cling
sympathy.
onto you like, alright, okay, we're going this way, I guess.
And she'll just kind of carry you off into the woods, I guess.
Great.
It's kind of a bit.
There he goes.
Off he goes, blind man, never seen again.
Joy.
Lost in Miami. Yeah, so she'll just kind of put him down and be like,
Oh, you said you saw like an eyeless ghost, or like, yeah, an eyeless ghost.
You see his eye flicker to, like, the side of you and then back in your direction. Yes, yeah.
What does it's a girl, right? It's a girl.
I think so.
What does she look like?
There isn't enough of her to have an appearance. I can just see the eye. One eye. Maybe a
You
bit.
know, I'm not a bad person if that's what you think I am.
I don't know what you did to have this person following you.
It's not something I did. It's something else did for me.
What do you mean something else did?
I don't know what it was. It just it was when I was young, like really young, and I was stupid, I guess, and I got lost in the woods, and I nearly died, but there's something that came to me. I don't know what it was. Um, but I know that there was a girl that came after me, but I don't know what happened to her. She went missing, and I'm just trying to figure out if that's the thing that you're seeing.
You listen to Mirus, like, he says something, very quietly, as if he's relaying what you've said aloud again. Before he kind of flinches a little. Whoever this person was, they can't communicate. They can't talk to me. Whatever happened to them in life, something must have messed up the fabric of their soul in order to get them into a state like this.
Do you know what kind of thing would do that?
Something that eats through souls.
Her face kind of darkens a bit. See, I can't even show you because you wouldn't be able to see.
Show me what?
There's something that I have to have. Because otherwise I wouldn't be able to save the people I'd be saving and doing the things I'd be doing without it.
Mira seems to be piecing together bits of what you're saying, and he pales a little and quietens.
I'm not a bad person, okay? I never intended for anything bad to happen to anyone. If anything, I should have just died in that forest. Something came for me, and I'm not about to squander the opportunity I got given.
Whatever opportunity you were given, you say this thing allows you to do certain things.
I mean, without it, I wouldn't be able to even walk. I I wouldn't be able to move anywhere.
I don't want to alarm you. I think
I don't know, because in the tone you're saying that, I feel like it's gonna alarm me.
I think you're using. I think this is some kind of first era tech. I think this is you're using someone's soul to power whatever you're using, and this is that person. And it's slow and agonizing.
I don't think.
And this person is in pain, and you need to stop using it.
I don't. No, because a god came down to me and gave me powers. I wouldn't be consuming people. Yeah, a god, someone of divine powers.
Do you remember what they look like?
Would I remember what they look like?
You have a vague vision. Like, it was such a long time ago now, that all you remember seeing was sort of this pretty kind of pink purple light, and an eye. Like it was like a wide yellow eye, but that's all you remember. And you've had descriptions of gods being like these strange kind of unholy visages. Like Deltan doesn't have a face. There are like gods that are supposed to be kind of scary, effectively. Like the visions of gods are not exactly welcoming in terms of what.
Oh yeah, of course.
And the eye is often used to describe Psalm, because of the kind of headpiece they wear is just one big eye with a yellow eye on it. So it does kind of match up with that, but it's also not the only god with that imagery. So it's not clear as to whether or not it was that.
Well, she'll repeat that it was pink and purple, like My Little Pony, and there was an eye.
Mirror seems to be sort of deep in thought, but he doesn't give you a clear answer. He doesn't seem to have an answer for you. More so, just kind of.
George.
And you say that you're sick, that you can't walk without it, that you're not functional without this piece of. What is it? Equipment? Is it an artifact? What?
It's like an artifact that was blessed by a god.
Have you told anyone about this?
No, because if people start finding out that I'm weaker than I am, then they'll stop hiring me, and I won't be able to do the thing that I was meant to do, help people.
That's not how that works.
I've been underestimated my whole life. I can't just throw this away, especially now that you're saying that I've been using ghosts.
People don't get into this state naturally. This isn't something that. You are feeding off of this person. You're using someone else's life to live.
But why would a god give me that? I never asked for that. I've just accepted what I've been given.
Gods work in strange ways. I couldn't tell you.
I'm also kind of concerned about something. But you can't see, which makes this really hard.
He offers a handout. Then just show me.
She's gonna try and show him the marks that have been appearing because of the tech she's using. Show him in quotation marks.
Yeah. He kind of you kind of guide his hand to run them over the markings, and he swallows. So, okay.
Okay.
What do you think it is? Do you
Look,
think it's...
Maris, I didn't carry you out here to play a guessing game.
No, I want to know what you think it is. Do you think it's magic? Do you think it's... What? Because... Yes, the lack of sight is making this hard. Is it getting worse?
Okay, stay here, okay? Stay here. Don't move, just cling on to this tree. I'll be right back.
He just, like, stands his ground.
She's gonna, like, storm back to camp. Be like,
Estelar, can I borrow you for a second?
He will look confused, like, sure. What do you need assistance with?
Just follow me, please. Just as quick as you can.
He'll get up.
You've just left Miris in the fucking woods.
Miris is fine. I told him to hang onto a tree. He's fine. He's not going to be eaten by Ents yet.
Munch. He'll come back and he's it's great.
He'll follow suit.
She's gonna like grab your kind of wrist. She looks a lot more stressed than she usually does. She's usually quite chill. She grabs your wrist and like hurries you back to Miris, who is just stood clinging to a tree.
He's just like, oh, you brought Astarion. Kind of turns in Astarion's direction because he can recognize people based on who's following them.
Would you mind showing me your warp marks?
Astarion will be hesitant because he's confused because everyone's telling him it's bad, and then like he's still believing that it might be for good. But says he'll nod, says, of course, and he'll show his like he'll pull down like his shirt a little bit and show his neck, everything else.
Maris, I'm just gonna put your hand on the marks.
I think Astarion would have sort of knelt down as well, just to.
Yeah, sure. You feel kind of his hand against your neck, and kind of his fingers move across the markings as if he's like figuring out where they are. And his frown deepens, and he kind of looks in Brandy's direction. And you haven't told them.
Told me what?
What are you talking about, Maris? You need to explain your thought process before you start making accusations.
It's not an accusation. Brandy, you've got warp, and it's bad.
What do you mean it's bad?
Astarion will turn to Brandy. He's like, says, you also been blessed by Saint God.
Okay, we're not calling this a blessing. We are calling this. I don't know what we're calling this.
It's an affliction. It's an illness.
Mersh, you can't just tell someone they have cancer and then start fucking busting their balls. Like, Jesus Christ.
Schizophrenic Sarah is right.
Astarion will sort of like frowns, like, you say it's an illness, but I've been told it was a blessing. Everyone keeps telling me it's an illness.
Astarion,
Okay.
this is your upbringing will tell you that it's a blessing. What the people around you that you've spent the last 100-something years with will tell you it's a blessing. I know, I've been there, but this is going to kill you.
He kind of just like does like he scratches his mouth and he just nods. He's like,
Looks like Mirrors, you're the worst doctor ever.
so you know some areas they can't see this, but he's just nodding like sort of like, I see.
I've tried to explain this to you before, that this is dangerous, this is bad.
You explained to me before. I know you said to me that you wanted to talk. Maybe my memory isn't good. You see, he seemed quite angry with me when it was pointed out.
I shouldn't have been helping you with hematology if I knew that this is something that is getting as out of hand as it is. And now there's 2 of you with it. Great.
Look, I already knew that my life would be short, but I didn't know it was war. I just thought it was the illness from before.
Whatever you're
What?
using is making it worse.
What is this all about anyway? What's like? I mean, of course, like Brandy, you got
Tiny nose, mate.
yeah, you got this, but why is this brought up? What's if you don't
Because
mind me asking this?
Maris is seeing a ghost of a girl that I used to know ages ago that went missing, and apparently she's following me around because I'm eating parts of her soul because a god gave me a gift.
I don't know if it's a gift.
I think in the serious back of his mind, he's like, you're eating someone's soul. He's like thinking like, well, you know,
That's
like
pretty metal, dude.
Yeah, that's
that's
metal.
like that's like it's like literally what like kind of what I do, but with bloods. And I'm the one getting scrutinized right now for being a vampire. But he's just like, I see. So is this like a sacrifice? Did you sacrifice someone for this?
One, pardon you. I've literally, the only thing I did was walk out into the forest because people were saying that I was gonna die. So I was like, why not? I'm gonna go out into the forest. And then I got lost, and then I'm pretty sure I got hypothermia. And then I saw some purpley pinky light came from me with an eye. It had an eye. And I was like, oh, a god must have seen my potential, and they gave me this gift. And then now I'm being told that it's a bad thing, and that everything I've done has been wrong because I've been using this thing that helps me live.
With the description of this, the purpley pink god's magic thing, would Estelar know anything of this or heard anything of this?
I'll let you roll a religion at
Oh,
advantage.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, I'll take that.
All right. Well, the first one's a 2, so
Fuck's sake, you squander our chances.
oh, thank God. The other one's much better. Okay, let me quickly check the
Modifier.
if I get any modifiers. Okay, so it's overall overall is a 18. It's a 19 minus 1.
Okay. So you immediately, upon the description that you're given from Brandy, think this is the father of war. This is Tilo. But it's very unlikely. It's very, very unlikely that specifically Tilo, because Tilo's sequestered. Tilo's locked in Adynn. He can't get out. That's the kind of whole thing. So the second best option is angels, and you've already had an encounter with one before. You know they're on this plane.
You'll see sort of like the cogs sort of moving in Estelar's brain. You see he's thinking about it, and he just sort of tilts his head and says, "It. You may have not been met by a god, but a would it be like a servant would these like angels will be like servants of the gods in a way? Yeah. He'll be like you may have been visited by a servant of and it to confirm it is Tilo. He was he might have been approached by a servant of Tilo who should be encaged or imprisoned, so it might be one of their servants.
Well, that doesn't make any sense because I'm not a bad person.
You don't necessarily have to be a bad person.
Well, surely a god wouldn't pick someone who's going to do good things with their powers if they're an evil person.
You said you were dying, correct?
Yeah, I suppose so.
And maybe they thought because someone who is dying, there's more. If someone offers someone who is dying a second chance, that'd be more. How would I put it? This is me actually not finding the right word. I can't actually find the right word.
Desperate.
Or like it'd be like it's. My first thing would be like it's more attractive. So it's like they would want to take that opportunity. They take the opportunity more. Yeah, they want that more. Than someone who is.
I was gonna die anyway.
That's.
Why not pick someone who was gonna?
Maybe.
The thing is,
maybe they
with
want.
warp is that when it kills you, you don't die. It just takes over, and then you belong to it. He kind of looks towards Asterion and he's like, look, I know this is not a pleasant topic. I know, like, this isn't something anyone wants to hear, but when warp eats through your being and takes over, you then are a conduit of the warp. You are effectively a living / dead walking sentinel for the people that control the warp, such as Tilo.
Has Asterion taken out or helped taken out anyone with the warp?
You wouldn't know, you haven't checked.
Well, I never checked the person, or...
You've never checked the bodies for...
Right.
You've never...
Okay.
To your knowledge, you've never fought anyone who has it.
Okay. He just knows that it's a blessing.
It's not common. It's not common enough that, like, the average people you would have encountered would have had it.
Okay.
Dracera's going fucking insane in chat.
Okay. That's the case. Then what was the other question I was asking? Oh yeah, let's turn. Then we'll just sort of then extend on to how do we stop this, or how do we fix this, if this is the issue.
I mean, with you, there are ways around it. That you just don't feed it. You don't go near things that are exuding warp. You don't use magic that aligns with it. You could live a full, happy life with it and it not do anything to you, so long as you don't let it spread. But he kind of looks towards Brandy. Whatever you're doing, it's just spreading on its own. And I have a feeling it's whatever you're powering, whatever gave this to you, wanted the warp to take you over. It wants you when you're gone.
So my two options are die or die. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, there's got to be another option. It can't just be that.
Look, I've been on this earth for a long time, and I've been searching for options in different ways, and the only thing that's ever worked is this stupid magic that now you're telling me might be from some sort of demon that wants to turn me into a zombie.
It must be something that Ada.
I probably
if
Say, don't become a doctor.
I don't plan on it.
Esther will ask, like, is there a way to speak to the the gods that you worship, or the god you worship, or go to Ardo and ask for some I'm sure you will have artifacts to help, so we remove this thing, whoever it is, that's causing, to give you the war, Brandy, and have the artifact instead that doesn't actually cause any damage.
There's got to be
There must be
alternatives.
something.
We'll figure something out.
I always knew that I wouldn't live long and that I wouldn't do much, and I had accepted that back when I was a kid. But now that I've been given the chance to actually do things, good things for people, it just seems so cruel just now to give it all up now that I've had the taste of being able to do things. So what, I go sit in a bed and I wait for my time to come?
What if there's another way?
What other way? You yourself can't cure it, and you're nowhere near as far down the line as I am.
Oh,
There is someone I know who does have it and has had it for a very long time. Maybe we could talk to her.
Who is it?
who's that?
I don't believe you've met her, Brandy. It's the assistant.
The assistant.
I mean, she's 500-600 years old. She's had it for years.
Nearest, you know what I am, don't you?
A person? Question mark.
You know I'm an elf, right?
Right. Okay. I didn't know that, but now I do.
We're meant to live a long time.
How old are you?
I'm 19. And I was meant to die when I was like 8. So you can kind of understand why I wouldn't want to give this up, right? Even if it's detrimental to me. Because at least if I have it, I already have warp. I already have what I have. But without it, I'm just some body in a bed.
What if? And Asterian's like sort of hesitant about this, but he's like, it's like sort of just throwing all the options on the table. Miris, you said the clan that you came from, they're quite peaceful, right? Or they're at least hopefully better than my previous clan,
They're good people.
correct?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if Toby was saying. Toby, you say something?
They're good people. Yeah.
Your clan? What?
What? Just putting it out there. Just all options on the table. Just it doesn't mean you have to. Would being turned. It's not that I wouldn't want anyone to go through that, but what if being turned could help?
I don't know.
Would that help?
I don't know. Because if it's not saving you.
My point is, I wonder if, I guess, like a reset button would. Oh, if that could be a thing.
I mean, we could always speak to Sienna. I haven't seen her in years. I don't know if she. I don't even know if she's still alive. But we could go and ask. Maybe she would know something. maybe an overseer of would have a better opinion of this than us. Than she understands this kind of magic.
He'll still return to Brandy. So, what do you think?
I just think you're making me more of a target for this thing that wants me as a zombie.
He'll shake his head, saying like, I've never met anyone with this before, so all the knowledge I have has just been told as a blessing. And that's it. I am the first person who I know I had this, and now you have this, and now knowing that the assistant has this as well.
Okay, here's the plan. Right. First things first, you tell the party.
I was about to say, Estelar, you can't tell anyone.
What happened
He tells us
to everyone being honest?
Yeah, he tilts his head
Yeah,
and nods.
You say that, but you know what happened last time they accused me of having the war. You know what happened? It started a global panic.
He'll shake
You
his.
seem very understanding, and now that mine's in terminal stages, apparently, I don't think they're going to be understanding in the slightest.
Brandy, they know I have the warp. They know that I'm a vampire. Like I'm sure they will be fine and be understanding about this. They might be a little bit hesitant because they don't. It's the unknown, but they wouldn't cast you out. Like I will. I mean, it'll be.
You've got both of us backing you up.
Exactly, and I really have. Well, to these things. So like it's the warp and being vampire, and they haven't cast me out. Yes, Clay was a bit funny at first because of the whole, and he still like tries to like sort of like
I'm pretty
undead
sure
thing.
that Clay's never going to speak to me again after our last conversation. But
I'm sure it'd be fine.
I think everything will be fine, but the more heads we can put together, the more likely we're going to come up with a solution. We need more people thinking about it.
Look, this is, at the end of the day, this is my decision, and I'd like for the moment if you could just keep it quiet until I at least figure out what I want to do.
Sarah will nod and he'd be like, "Well, I didn't. This is just down to you anyway. Like you said, I will. This is not my business. It's just as long as everyone's safe. That's the important thing."
Mira seems reluctant, but he nods.
But we should see weapons. I didn't think that when I say a reset button for the warp, I don't mean like that will go. I was more thinking of, you said you want to live a longer life. I am not a smart person. The thing that I think living a longer life is becoming, well, like me. But that's up to you. I don't know if that would work. I don't know if it would help, but it's just an option on the table. If so be it.
I think us three, knowing this now, it's going to have to be something that we keep in mind. Because if things start getting out of hand, if you get any symptoms, if anything starts getting weird with you, you need to tell us, you need to tell the party, because that's going to be more of a danger than them not knowing.
Agreed.
You say that, but if it gets dangerous, worst comes to worst, I can just leave. I'm not going to put any of y'all in danger if I don't need to.
We need as many hands as we can get, and if it's still at a manageable stage, if we're... This is just me putting it out there. If we're working against the people who are inciting those that did this to you. Surely, if we do something with them, we can get at those people directly. If it's Tilo, if it's one of his servants, his prophets, then surely we can figure out some way to reverse it, or at least get it to a stage where it's dormant. We'll figure something out. We have to.
Either way, I just hope for your discretion until I find out what I want to do.
Is there sort of like in more of a serious voice, you just be like, I won't say a word. This is for you and you only to share.
I won't say anything, but I will implore for you to speak to at least the assistant. She may be able to help. Both of you.
If it would make you feel better, Brandy, I could speak to the assistant about this. It's already open to everyone that they know that I've got this. So
I think you're one of them already seems a bit suspicious. The one with the wooden arm.
The associate chorus?
Yeah. I mean, he had a look at my hammer. I'm not sure how much he knows about things, but I mean, I would suppose it's be obvious to someone who knows tech.
I wouldn't be surprised if he started to catch on to something. But again, if that's something maybe you should discuss with him. Maybe he can help. Maybe he's seen some sort of tech like this before. Maybe it's something that Arda has already seen. Either way.
I think communication is key. In whatever form.
It's getting late. We should head back before one of us gets dragged away by a tree and turned into one.
Staring with a smile, he says, I'm sure we will be fine.
Kind of holds onto your arm, Asterion, as if implying for you to lead him, because he's a bit kind of out of his depth and doesn't really want to be princess carried again. So he's just kind of automatically goes to Asterion. Let's head back. Smiles. No one needs to know. For now, no one needs to know.
Understood. You give a nod to sort of to Brandy. Should we head back? Is there anything else you want to say before, or need to ask us or say before we go? Either of you? No.
I think we should.
Brent.
She's
Oh, okay.
Right,
okay,
so
well.
With that, we're going to end the session.
Look. All I'm going to say is... I was right.
I was right, bitches.
Yeah, that's really too smug. But when that came out, you should have seen my face, because
you should have had your cam on. I wish I could have seen that.
And I was just like, oh, it was a funny meme, was it, guys? Funny joke. She has warp. So funny. I'm gonna make my fucking tinfoil hat and I'm gonna show all you bitches. You're gonna believe.
Thank you guys for coming. We will probably see you again next week. Maybe, who knows? We'll do our best. Because, you know. Yeah. Sorry it got heavy again. Do be like that. Yeah, hopefully we'll continue and see where this goes next week. For session 35.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. See you.
Thank you
Bye.
guys.
Bye.